Well, as Miss Kim talked about with our youngest disciples, this is a fermata. It's a very simple musical notation, which, as she said, simply indicates that the note upon which it rests is to be held for longer than its typical length. The name fermata comes from the Italian word fermare, which means to stop. Such lengthening is done at the discretion of the musician or the conductor. A well-placed fermata can add much needed flavor to a melody. Think about it like that essential pinch of salt, without which an otherwise tasty dish can turn bland. Sometimes a fermata can bring a musical phrase to its natural conclusion, allowing the brain a much-needed pause to kind of absorb what just happened before moving on to the next musical movement. Other times, a fermata holds a chord that wants to be resolved. Think about those two chords we sing when we sing Amen, Amen at the end of the doxology or another hymn. Still other times, fermatas lend themselves to making theological statements, such as when we sing, "Were you there when they crucified my Lord?" Together we sing, "Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble." That fermata, one fermata, forces us to inhabit that space of lament before we take a deep breath and move on to sing, "Were you there when they nailed him to a tree?" Now, that being said, even properly placed fermatas need to be interpreted correctly.